Hi, Gabi. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. Thanks for joining us. I'm gabbing with girlfriends, and my girlfriend today is Gabi Hughes. So this is fun. She and I have never done this together before. This is a new experience. This is a new experience jointly for us.
Yeah, brand new for me. It's so new, in fact, that a thing just came up on my screen saying that I'm being recorded. And how do I make that go away?
Just click it.
Got it. Oh, I had to say got it, that I'm
Yeah.
cool with that. So I'm
Magic.
cool. Okay, got
Okay.
it. Magic.
Magic. Um, so how are you? How's everything? I hear you have a really sick husband.
I do have a sick husband. He's creeping by. I can see him in the background there.
Me
I'm
too.
hoping he's leaving the room. But he has an upper respiratory infection. So I took him to the doctor today, and she's got a nice Z-Pack waiting at the pharmacy. So that should cure him.
You sound a little croaky, are you?
I'm a little croaky. I think I might have got what he got, but not so severely. Like I'm on the way
Well,
out.
you're female.
Yes, exactly.
You're
Oops. God.
you are female and a caregiver, so you can't be sick.
That's right. I can't afford to
No.
acknowledge an illness.
No.
I'll have to take care of myself anyway. So what difference does it make?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how that happens that we get by without Z-Packs and we get by without.
A cup of tea would be nice, but I'll get it myself, you know? But
Okay,
I mean, is that how women raise boys though? I don't know.
To not be able to do anything for themselves.
Yes, for sure.
I've had two sons, as you know, and neither of my sons were ever able to, I'm ashamed to say, were ever able to do anything for themselves. And now that they both have partners, one has a wife, one has a soon-to-be wife, they know how to do everything. So those women were very lucky, or we were very unlucky because, or maybe it's just a generational thing, because our husbands, or maybe it's a generational and geographical thing, because our husbands are both English. They're both from the West Midlands. And is Glenn deemed West Midland?
Yeah. Yes, he's okay. The Midlands. And, I think I created the monster, though.
No, me too.
Because I'm like, don't get in my kitchen. Don't do anything. Don't touch my shit. No, you can't put that in the dishwasher. I have to hand wash that. Please don't. You're spilling it. So I've just created the monster because I don't want him to do anything that I can't control.
Oh, yeah.
So it's partly my
No, me too. Because we both have controlling issues there. We both think our husbands are quite independent. I mean, quite, what's the word? Hopeless, useless.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think I created my monster too. But having said that, we're both married to musicians, both of which were musicians before we met them and married them. And I think they were used to being taken care of anyway. I'm not making excuses, because I do think northern, from what I hear, northern, which means north of Watford, northern Englishmen are harder and more chauvinistic maybe than Southern Englishmen, than Londoners.
That's true.
I think.
I would say that's 100% true. Definitely. I mean, just in my limited experience of 20 years.
What's the
22 years.
What's the last thing your husband did on his own that shocked you?
Well, I will say this. Back when we had cats, he always had the litter box cleaned in the morning.
Cats now?
We have no cats now. They all popped off. But he would always clean the litter box before I got up in the morning, which is I was not expecting that.
No, that's impressive. That's really impressive.
That's why I let him slide on pretty much anything else.
Yeah, no, that's really impressive. Has he ever made a dinner reservation?
No.
Mine neither. Has he ever booked a vacation?
Oh, God, no.
Mine neither. Has he ever, I'm trying to think of.
Oh, this is a good quiz. I like this one.
Has he ever Oh, I don't know.
Has he ever brought you breakfast in bed?
Absolutely, categorically not. If he did, it would probably kill me. But if he did, I would definitely think he was having an affair or something, because he's never made me a cup of tea.
You know what? I had my appendix out 10 years ago, and I'm lying afterwards. I'm home from the hospital. I'm lying on my stomach in my bed. I just want to sleep. He opens the door and just says, "What are we having for dinner?"
Oh my God. Oh my God. Did you tell him cat litter?
I just went like, and turned over and went back to sleep or something. I basically figured, well, I'm on my own. This was before you could get, Grubhub or something on your phone and take care of it. This is like, you got to get in there and you got to cook it up.
Has he ever tended to the dogs while you're on a Zoom?
He's about to, if I'm going crazy. Glenn, can you please go upstairs in the bedroom with the dogs before I lose every part of me that's left that has an ounce of sanity in it? Because I'm right on the cusp. And this is how we have to have conversations. Like, I have to be on the edge.
But I can't believe
he lives in Glenland. And Glenland is a very fun place.
But he heard you. I can't believe he heard you. Like, mine would have never heard me. Mine would have never heard me ask that, because he has selective hearing.
Oh, so does mine. Glenn. Wait, and now he's gone upstairs, but he's left 2 dogs behind, which isn't helping. One dog is like so attached to me, Toto. He's like so attached to me. When I take a shower, he watches me. When I go to the toilet, he sits in front of me. Like, I literally have no privacy because that dog is everywhere. He's like a cat. You know how cats walk and they trip you? He does that. He's like so under my feet. That's really hard for him to get Toto to go away, because Toto just will not leave my side. We have the video camera on for security, like if we leave the house. And Glenn likes to torture me by turning it on, because as you drive away, you can look and you can see him like a wolf with his nose in the air, just howling in pain. I'm like, don't show me that. Right? Don't show me that.
No, I don't like that. I don't like to see it either. I will, but I can't help it. I need to look, like, not when I'm driving away, but I need to look like when I've been gone for a bit, to see who's sleeping, who's by the door waiting, who's bothering who. So how many dogs do you have now?
We have 3 now. 3.
Me too.
Yeah.
3 and 3 cats. So yeah, being married to somebody that is used to being looked after, no matter how they got there, if it was the way they were raised, if it was a geographical thing, a generational thing, whatever it is, it's hard. But I think all marriages are hard anyway. But I do think being married to a musician is a whole
other ball of wax.
Yeah, man. It is. It's a whole different sort of difficulty that,
your husband and my husband did not come from like wealth or a lot of money. So they didn't grow up getting waited on, unless maybe Terry, even less so than Glenn, because Glenn was an only child.
Yeah, Terry was the youngest of 7. So
Terry was pretty much left on his own to forage for scraps and, wear hand-me-downs for like 25 years, right? Whereas Glenn was an only child and lived with his grandmother and his mom. And I know they coddled him, in my house, if you came over as a guest for dinner, my mother we didn't have a lot of money, but my mother would make sure that you had the best vegetable and the best piece of meat. If you went over to, if you were Glenn's girlfriend and you went over for a sandwich, she was going to give Glenn the good piece of meat and you got some gristle,
That's funny.
So he was already raised from, he's getting the best and you all fuckers get the gristle. You know what I'm saying?
That's very funny. I do think English guys, certainly that generation, are different than American guys, with money, without money, whatever. I just think that, they're just their outlook's just different. It is different.
It is. It is different. I mean, the one good thing is, I have always been attracted to creative people. I don't, I always have been. So I don't see that I would have ended up with a guy who just had a, normal office job. I can't see that working out for me. So
no, because there's nothing
to talk of. Bores the shit out of.
No, but there's nothing better than having a husband on tour, because I do think that whole absence makes the heart grow fonder thing. I think it's for real. I would see a neighbor's husband come home from work at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, and I knew that they were having dinner and doing normal things. I'd get a little tinge of, I don't know, maybe a little tinge of jealousy. Like I thought, oh, how nice to have a normal life.
I've never.
I learned that.
Yeah, I've never had the tinge at all.
Yeah, no, I get it. I do get it.
I'm frightened for when he retires. I mean, you know what? Honestly, during the COVID lockdown, I thought for sure, all right, this
Divorce.
is going to be, one of us is going to jail for murder. It'll probably be me. And we were fine. We were totally fine.
But
it was great. It was not a problem.
But do you know why? Because everybody else was in the same boat. So everybody else was confined to their house. So you didn't really feel my girlfriends are going out, but I can't go out with you because I have to feed you tonight or whatever. Everybody was in the same boat. And it's really amazing to me, because I think that during all times of crises, you find an inner strength to get through it. And I think that's what we all did during the pandemic. We found the strength to suddenly not mind being isolated, not mind that you're not going to the movies, or not mind that, you are housebound, except for the grocery store, where we all came back and sanitized our groceries. I still can't believe I was silly enough to do that.
I didn't do that.
You didn't?
No.
You didn't take any Clorox and wipe off your things. Really?
I didn't.
I did, neurotically so. Everything. If we would get an Amazon delivery, I would try to find online how long the germs lived on cardboard, but I'd sanitize that too. Nuts. Totally nuts. I can't believe that.
I didn't do that. I don't know why. I guess I just never thought.
Did you not watch the news? You were told to do that.
I know. I tried not to.
Follow the rules?
I don't follow. I try to follow rules. But I think by that time I was just so, I don't know. I guess I just never thought I would get it from Amazon. And I just never thought Amazon was going to give me COVID. I thought, maybe a person would, and
not your loaf of bread either.
No, my bread, I was good with that. It was good.
And how many times have you had COVID?
Once. I had it right at Christmas, right after Christmas.
I remember that. I didn't know if you had it before. How many times has Glenn had it?
He got it just for the first time in August. Actually, we were in Paris. My trip to Paris this summer, and he got COVID right at the end. So I spent my last day in Paris running to different pharmacies to get different COVID tests, because I wanted one of them to come back negative. Damn it. But that didn't happen.
But how lucky were you that you didn't have to have a negative test to leave?
Yes.
Come back into the States.
Yeah, that would have sucked.
So, but that's kind of naughty. He traveled with COVID getting home then, right?
No, he came home.
That's what I'm saying. Traveling with COVID. He had COVID in Paris.
Oh, yeah. And then he got on a plane and came home. Yeah.
Hopefully wearing a mask.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Because you have to wear, they still want you to wear a mask on a plane. Well, I think it depends where you are, right? Like LAX said, they want you to wear a mask in the airport. There's some that say it's up to you, but they'd really like it if you did. And then there's places that say you have to.
The international flights I've done, nobody had masks on but me. Nobody. I can't say nobody. A couple people may have, and one flight attendant may have. But it was pretty weird how quickly everybody forgot that whole mask thing.
Yeah. And
I
I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it when it was
No.
happening.
No,
It's like,
I-
wow, you're covering the least attractive part of my face, and all I have to do is put some eyeshadow on,
I wonder how much money the makeup industry, well, certainly the lipstick industry must have lost during those 18 months or whatever.
I know for me, they lost lots because I love my lip gloss.
But yeah, that's very funny. I think I'll always wear a mask on a plane though. I do forever.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me to do that. I have one that's just in my handbag all the time.
So, what else did you do this summer besides go to Paris?
Well, that was the big thing for me because I'd never really been to Paris once, which didn't count over 20 years ago, like just a long time ago for a day, didn't count. So for me, that was a big deal. I was just so happy to walk around there and look at everything. I mean, it made my heart feel joy. You know
And
what I
was
mean?
he working
Like,
or was this a specific
joy.
holiday?
This was actually a real vacation. He was in between gigs. So it was a real vacation for just 4 days, fast 4, but fun. And then really the only thing I've been doing this summer is, we live on a hill and our house was built in 1960. And let's just say that everything is going down the hill. So we've been in the process of fixing that, which means getting the whole yard redone. Like it just has to be redone and a deck put in so we don't fall into our neighbors. And then we have a hill behind us so that the hill doesn't come crashing down into our TV room. But that's been like a project. And talk about COVID, I've been living in this house all summer with the blinds down because you don't want them looking in on you. And our house is a lot of glass. Plus, then the dogs see them and bark every minute, even though it's the same guys that have been coming here for 6 months.
That's their job.
And I'm telling you, it just kind of made me realize, wow, maybe COVID was easier because at least I could go out in my yard. I can't go out in my yard because it's a disaster, But
And
it's not a
how long is that
cosmetic.
happening?
I hope it's done in the next month. But it's not cosmetic. It's not just because my nose is unattractive. I'd like a new one. It's like, oh, my nose is falling off. I better sew it back on. It's bad. It's bad. But when it's done, it'll be good. We can live outside. The inside of my house will still be a shit show, but the outside will be good.
So who does that?
We hired a company that's
but so you're responsible for it. It's a you thing.
Oh,
it's not a community thing. It's not a HOA thing. It's
the neighbors above us had to put in a retaining wall, and so have the neighbors below us. Everybody's doing it because we're all falling downhill.
Wow.
Yeah. Sucks.
Huh.
It's either that or a new house, and I'm not moving. No way. I got too much crap
again.
Never. In a pine box, maybe, but never again.
That's
I got
funny.
too much crap. Much crap.
Who do you think's a bigger hoarder, you or him?
We both are, but in different ways. We both
Same.
are. He says I'm a hoarder and I should watch that show, and I'm like, no. Why do we have a guest bathroom that's filled with his shoes? Oh. So it's filled with his shoes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But
I have too many books.
Being an enabler, you're letting him fill it with those shoes.
Oh, yeah. That way I can have my books and then say, but what are you talking about? What do you care about my books? You got a bathroom full of shoes. Because we ran out of closet space.
Yeah, but we do the same thing. We're both hoarders, but we hoard differently. We hoard different things.
Yeah. I hoard things from my past.
Yeah, I do too. I think we're getting ready to consider selling our house in England. And all of a sudden it hit me that I've got an entire containers worth of kids' school things. Oh. And neither of them want them. Like the poem they wrote in second grade means nothing to either of them. And it couldn't mean that much to me because I haven't seen it since they were in second grade, but I still have it. And so it's those kind of things that
I can't get rid of that stuff.
Do you know something really nasty? I still have one of my son's belly button You know how when babies are born and then it dries up and falls off? Kept it. I still have all their teeth that they lost that they thought the tooth fairy took. I've got them. Like, why? Why? Pretty crazy.
I don't know. I get it. I kind of get it. I don't have I have one of my dog's teeth that she lost.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought about that. Huh.
So, I mean, I kind of get it. I get, though, I mean, I would want the poem I wrote in second grade. I mean, I just can't get rid of that stuff. Somebody else can decide what they want to do with it after I'm dead. Right? I'm going to shove it off on somebody else so they can be pissed off about it.
But do you have things from school or does your mom have them?
Yeah.
You have
My mom unloaded it all to me when she moved. She's like, here, you decide what you want to do with it. She knows I'm going to keep it.
She just didn't need it taking up space in her house.
I just brought home a whole bag full of letters that I'd written to my grandmother, when I was a kid, that she had saved, that she was like, if you want these, you should take them. You know what I mean? Of course. Aww. Mostly because I'm into all those old cards from the 70s and stuff, I'm like into anything that's, from the 70s. So I can't get rid of it.
Glenn says I'm a hoarder. You're not going to wallpaper a room with it. So they're sitting in a box. So why? You don't take them out ever and look at them. I know you don't.
I'm going to have to start.
Yeah, because otherwise you're really taking up space. You don't need to. You have to read those, I think her name's Marie Kondo or something, books. Do you know who I mean?
No. If it's self-help, this is why I screwed up. I don't read self-help.
But it's about throwing things away. If it doesn't bring you joy, that's her motto. If it doesn't bring you joy, get rid of it. You've not heard of this?
Good. No. I mean,
I guess
I got to get down to it. Does this bring me joy?
Yeah, that's what she takes everything out of a closet or a drawer or a kitchen cupboard, whatever, and does that.
And if I don't feel like I'm in Paris when I look at it, out it goes. That's got to be it.
But you're never going to do that. Me neither. I wish I would.
You know what? I have someone coming over Wednesday to take from the Real to get rid of a bunch of clothes. I can part with clothes easier than I can part with things.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So why the Real as opposed to Poshmark?
Because I'm too lazy to do Poshmark, and the Real lady will come to my house and take it away from me right away.
But the Real lady doesn't let you price it, and the Real lady doesn't let you negotiate. But the computer allows you to do both. Yeah,
I know. I suck, Gloria. I just can't do it. I'm too lazy. Too lazy. Too lazy.
Well, let me know how it goes. I'd be curious.
I've been doing it for a couple of years. So, I mean, it doesn't bother me at all. They come, they take it away. It's out of my house.
And you're always happy with the numbers, or you don't care because stuff's just gone?
I don't care. It just goes direct. They direct deposit the money into your bank.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's a little more than a little. It's never like, wow. I'm also not selling like Gucci. Okay.
Yeah. No,
right?
I get it.
I don't have big high ticket items. I don't have $5,000 handbags I'm unloading. I've got a Stella McCartney t-shirt I might get $10 for. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I totally get it. Okay. So that's what your summer has been, dealing with the house.
Dealing with
the money pit. Don't you ever feel that way? Money pit?
Yes. And sometimes it causes me anxiety, and then I just have to let it go. But yeah, it does cause me anxiety, especially getting back to what you were saying before. We live with musicians, so everything is always not, you don't always get a paycheck on the 15th and the last day of the month. So that causes me anxiety.
Have you ever been to a therapist?
No.
No, me neither.
I would never go. Why the fuck would I go to a therapist?
But I think everybody should. I don't either, nor have I ever. But I think that's what I think is like gabbing with girlfriends is fun because it's kind of like therapy.
It's free to gab with your girlfriends, for starters. And the other thing, the therapist is only going to tell me something based on what I tell her. I could tell her a pack of lies. I don't know. The whole thing to me is just like, to me, a therapist is for if you have a very serious problem, like, I don't know, something you got to get over in a period of time. You have something that caused you to have PTSD. You're going through a divorce. You have a thing that happened to you that's terrible. But just for being your normal, neurotic,
That you don't want to share with your girlfriends, because that's what
kooky
girlfriends
stuff.
are for.
No, I would
All
share
those
it with
things.
girlfriends. Yeah. Oh, I would. But I think maybe if, if I'd been kidnapped and locked up as a sex slave for 5 years and then they released me, I might need therapy.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Like
You know
those
what I
kind of
mean?
major things. Yeah.
Major
That's major
things. Yeah. My girlfriends, I can tell them anything and then I'm fine with that.
And
That's
then
fine for me.
But then what happens when you're not friends anymore? Then you're sorry you told them.
I don't really think that I don't have anyone that I'm not friends with. I mean, I don't break up with them.
Never.
I don't break
Never.
up with people. No.
Keep your friends for a lifetime.
Yes, I've had the same friends since high school and college.
I've never heard of anything so ridiculous in my life. How do you do that? I break up with somebody every week, which I think is normal. I think that because I do think that sometimes, what's it called when you're too familiar? What is it, breed? Contempt?
Yeah. Look, there's friends that I've had that have been what I call transition friends. They're good for you for a part of time that you're going through in your life. And you don't even break up with them. You just drift apart. That's normal.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have intense, close friendships with 50 people. It's impossible, right? But you can have you can have close friendships with a handful of people and keep them around for a long time. And then you have transition friends or work friends and stuff like that. But as far as, kicking anyone to the curb, I've never really done that. I've had friends where we just grow apart, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Our lives have changed. And they just were for a certain period of time where we both obviously needed each other and then moved on. But I don't tend to get in arguments or fights. No,
you're very mellow.
I'm kind of like, do your thing, leave me to do my thing. Let's have a glass of wine and chitty chat, and I'm good.
Yeah, you are really good like that. I think that's probably why we've been friends for a while.
Long time now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that I wish I could be like that. I don't really know why. But I find too, the older I get, the more important those special relationships are, that the ones that are any less than special fall under the category that we've grown apart. And maybe it's just because I've grown older, or maybe just because I've grown and they haven't, or maybe it's just because. There could be a million reasons for it, but more often than not, nowadays, I find that I'm really happy with friends I have on one hand.
Yeah. I don't need a lot. You know what I mean? And like I said,
it's hard to have a lot when you have a very time-consuming husband too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, I just think I would have a meltdown if I had to have like a couple more dogs or a kid or something like that. Like that would just push me right over the edge. Cause I'm also at the point in my life where I feel like I just can't juggle the stuff like I used to. Right.
Oh,
and
definitely.
Friends are work. They need your time. If you want to keep a friendship, you have to put in the work to keep it.
Mm.
You can't just ignore someone and then, I'm going to ignore this person and then call them up and ask them to be my friend. I don't know. You have to keep the fires kind of burning a little bit. It takes work.
Yeah.
You don't have to call them every day, but you got to keep in touch. You got to reach out.
There has to be some kind of effort made. Again, it's like a marriage. So it's all related. All relationships all relationships are work.
And I think that women do that. I don't see, like my husband has friends, but I think he tends, it's like a garden you have to tend. I think he does tend a little bit, but he doesn't tend like a woman tends the garden of friendship. Do you know what I mean? And then men don't.
And then men absolutely do not.
They don't do it. And then they run into someone they haven't seen in 5 years. And it's like they take off completely where they were and it's all cool. I'm not saying that we can't do that. I'm just saying that seems to be their MO. They don't tend it.
No, but that's very true. And I think that's men in general. They just have a different, but because one's like that and the next one's like that and they're all like that, that's how they get away with it.
They got wives, so they don't need friends.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
She's busy in there making dinner. As soon as she's done with it, she's going to come down here and sit at the table with me and eat it. And I can either grunt that I like it or raise my lip that it's not that great. But either way, I got a companion, a buddy,
Yeah.
we watch TV together.
Is that your social life TV? That's my social life.
Yes. It's what we're going to watch on TV. We coming up with something that we can both agree to watch.
Oh no, that takes 3 days right there. So that's a whole ordeal.
And when it's a series, it's great because you've got at least 8 nights or something. When the series is done, you're like, shit, now I've got to find something to watch.
But speaking of series like that, don't you think it's funny how if somebody said to you, I want you to watch this TV show, it's 10 hours long, you just think that they were insane. Nobody's going to watch anything for more than 90 minutes. And if you have an attention span like mine and Glenn's, then you're probably going to not watch anything longer than 30 minutes. But somehow all these series, all these shows that are episodic, I find that if I watch one, but I know episode 2 is right there as well, and then episode 3, I just watched Yellow Jackets, which is 10 hours in 3 days. Have you watched it?
I have not. Have
you heard of it?
Yes, I have.
You have to watch it.
Is it good? Because I've heard that it's really good.
It's really good. And it's a soccer show again. We've been watching soccer shows, but it's a girls' soccer team. And it really has nothing to do with soccer except the relationships from the team, but you'll like it.
Oh, good. Because we just watched another soccer thing last night which was depressing, but it was good. It was called Anne. It's called Anne, just the girl's name Anne. And it's about the mother. It's about the mother of one of the, her son was killed in 1988, I believe, or 89 at the Liverpool game where the fans came in on that and a bunch of like 96 people were killed. And so it's just the story of her life. And it's pretty interesting. It's pretty, I believe that's only 3 episodes. So you can get through that in one night. But we just watched that.
That's, I haven't watched it.
It was intense.
And what channel is that on?
Let's see.
I'll look it up.
It must have been on Prime or something like that, or BritBox or one of those type. I think Prime. And
are you all caught up on what's the Wrexham show called? I can't even
Wrexham.
What's it called? That's what it's called.
Waiting for Wrexham or something like that. Oh, I love that show. I just love that show. Like they're on Wednesday nights and it's 30 minutes and then 30 minutes. No, I can't take it. Like I want the whole series on.
See, that's what I mean. You could watch
right
10
now,
hours of that. Yeah.
I want to just, I want to zoom right through it.
I love it too. And I can't wait for Ted Lasso to start it back up.
Oh yeah.
That.
Glenn started Ted Lasso without me, so I got to catch up.
Really?
Yeah.
I hate that when they do that. So catch up, meaning you haven't started it at all?
I haven't started it at all, so I got to catch up.
Are you crazy? It's so good.
I know. I can't wait.
And it's really funny. Terry had no desire to see it, which surprised me because it was about an English football team, but he had no desire to watch it. And then everybody was saying, are you crazy? You have to watch it. And same thing. We must have watched all of season 1 in a matter of days.
Did you watch Sunderland Till I Die? Because that's another one.
No, he did.
Okay. I was just like,
oh no,
I've got to watch it all.
Oh no, I think I did too.
Yeah. Sunderland Till I Die. I love that. And then there's another one that's, I can't think of it right now, so I won't bore you with trying to use my memory.
Yellow Jackets is not for real. So it's not a documentary at all, not a docuseries. And so that's nice. You had a good summer. We went on a safari and that was really fun.
I saw all of a sudden,
loved it,
I'm
loved it,
looking at
loved it.
my Instagram and there's you and
Kissing a
Terry
giraffe.
and a giraffe. And I'm like, wow.
I know that should be everybody's bucket list. It was amazing. And then for the month of August, James, my son that lives in England, and his other half came over to visit us. And my Biff and his wife and 4 kids, everybody went to Utah, and we had the best summer ever. I mean, literally, it was like almost the entire month of August was spent doing just the most fun things out on boats and hiking. Not that I hiked, but we just had the best time. So I'm looking forward to, I hope everybody wants to do something whenever our next holiday is. When is it? Thanksgiving? No.
Thanksgiving.
And that's only a short break, so you can't do a lot, but maybe in December we'll all do
Christmas.
something. Yeah.
Christmas
maybe,
time.
Yeah, maybe we'll do something then. But yeah, the summer just flew by. And having said that, we're nearly at October. How did that happen? Like I honestly don't get it.
The older I get, the faster the time goes. And if it starts going any faster, I won't even be able to keep up with it.
No, I mean, it's just, and people always said that you always heard growing up, the older you get, the quicker the time goes. But I think
when
everybody feels it now. For some reason, it seems like everybody feels it now.
When you're a kid, summer vacation is so long and it's so much fun. And every day is so long.
And now it's like,
shit, I got to get my Christmas cards out.
I know, isn't it crazy? It's seriously crazy. So
I got to find them. I got to dig them out. I got to get my Christmas wrap out. I got to see if I got enough gifts because I got to get on it. It's going to be here before you know it.
But do you start your shopping way in advance?
Oh, yeah, way in advance. I can't do it all at one time. I can't. And the other thing is, I learned this. If I don't have everything under control by the end of November, then December just isn't enjoyable for me. I want to enjoy it. Since I know time is going fast, I want to put some decorations up. I want to get some cards in the mail. I want to do all that. And I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be scrabbling to get a gift out or do something I want to do. I want to get invited to a party and I want to go and I want to just enjoy myself. I don't want to be like futzing around, you know.
And do you ever go shopping and you see something that's going to be a gift? You know it's going to be a gift, but you don't know who it's going to be for yet, but you love it, so you buy it?
Yes.
You do that? Me too.
Yes.
Me too. And then do you forget you had it?
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Do you ever buy a duplicate? Do you ever buy 2 of it? Because one's for you and one's for somebody else who you don't know who it is yet?
Yes.
I do.
I do. Too. And have you ever bought somebody a present and bought them the same present again?
Yes.
I have too. Crazy.
I've bought multiples. And then I think, oh, I know so-and-so would like this. I'm definitely going to send it to them. But then next year I see the same gift in my closet. And then I think, did I send that to them? And this is mine?
No, I write it down. I now keep a list. You have to do that.
Yeah.
That's another thing that the older you get, you have to do that because you won't remember.
Yeah.
There's no way. So,
Christmas shopping, man, that's a whole other
episode.
That's a whole other combo, man.
Well, this is fun. Sounds like I'm winding it down, but I kind of am because I think if it gets too long, people get too bored.
Right. People move on to their other thing.
Activities, their other podcast.
Yeah. Or they got to get dinner for their husband because he's wondering what is for dinner tonight.
But I really enjoyed this. This was really fun.
I did too.
So we have to do part 2.
We have to
Like-
do part 2, and I'll make sure the husband and the dogs are locked in a bedroom.
No, well, you know me, I mean, I could listen to dogs bark all day. Husband's barking is another story.
It's another story.
But yours listens really well, so that's good.
Years of training.
But anything else you want to say today?
No, I'm looking forward to chatting with you soon about whatever you want to chat about. Christmas,
too.
Christmas shopping, the holidays, parties,
We have quite a list going.
what to wear when we go to a party.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah.
And then, do you know what I want to talk about next time we talk? So let's put this down. Let's put down bucket lists. We should talk about all the
Bucket
things
list.
that we would like to do that might motivate somebody else's bucket list.
I'm down with that.
And do you know what else would be fun? If people would go to one of the social media sites and tell us questions and give us suggestions and that kind of thing, and make it
What they want to hear
interactive.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want to
That's
hear us
fun.
chat about? What do you want to know? It's like, what do you want to hear my opinion on?
That's just what it is.
because that's really, I'm not inviting you to the call, but you can say what you want to know,
Yeah.
how I feel about
Yeah.
something.
I love that.
Right?
That's what everything should be.
You might not like the answer.
Somebody
But,
just that should be a whole podcast unto itself, is my opinions, but I guess that's what everything is. When you have two
Right.
people gabbing, that's what you get.
It's like you get my opinion on it, and then you're not allowed to say anything else.
If you're a spouse, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's too early to go start your husband's dinner. I'm gonna I think we're both
fed
gonna
him
carry on to
before
work.
the podcast. I fed him. Yeah.
I
fed him. I fed him before. That's why he was so acquiescent.
Oh yeah, perfect. That's
Yeah.
clever girl. See, when everybody goes on about how much they love working from home, that's one downside. Is not only do you do your real job, but you become a cook and a server.
I'm a server for sure. The shittiest tips ever.
Okay. Well, I love you.
Okay.
And this was fun, girlfriend. So I look forward to the next one.
All right. Same with
Okay.
me for me. Bye.
Bye.